Man, getting old sucks, I tell you what. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You know, today's trucks are a marvelous thing. They have way too many gizmos in them for me, for my liking, but you know, from four-wheel disc brakes to electric lift gates to electric sliding windows, heated and cooled leather seating, yada yada yada. You know, they are works of art. The styling and everything on them is just wonderful. They are works of art. And with owning older trucks, you know, we kind of get left out on those amenities because they come with progress. But thank goodness to aftermarket manufacturers, some of those amenities that we can have, like the four-wheel disc brakes. They actually have four-wheel disc brake conversion kits that are really easy to put on. Take you a day with regular shop tools, but you could do a regular home tools. And I'm sorry about the camera shaking and all the wind, but there's a remnants of the tornado coming through. But you know, with aftermarket manufacturers, we get the ability to add some of these things to our vehicles. No, I'm not going to be putting in heating and cooled seats and steering wheels and all that stuff, but I will be doing many of the upgrades to this truck because, you know, it's become my daily driver until I get the Tahoe fixed. And you know, it's just one of those things to make your life easier, if you will, and more enjoyable. Make it feel like you've got something worth the money that you paid for. But anyhow, long story short, you know, today's video is about the drop gate, the tailgate. You know, these things, you open them up, they slip out of your hands. Your hands are full, like at the grocery store or the home improvement store, and you try to open it one-handed and it just falls out and it slams down, and it's really annoying. Now, does it hurt anything? No, not really, because you're sitting there, wow, you're sitting there and you got two cables on each side and everything. It's not really hurting anything, it's just more annoying than anything. But today's video, we're going to be installing the Dee Zee tailgate assist, just to make life more easier. This is for the Chevy and GMC model pickup trucks, and there's the code or the model number. I actually bought mine. Hospital helicopter flying over. Hope everything's all right. But anyhow, I got mine off Amazon. You can get them at many local parts stores, O'Reilly's, Advance Auto and stuff. But let me get this opened up. We'll go over the tools you're going to need and the parts that's in it, and yeah, we'll go from there. Here's what we got. Of course, I've got the tools. I've got the 5mm. There's another one that I need. It's a 4. I've got it behind me. I've got the 13mm wrench. Got a 10mm wrench. And a way to mark the nutsert, because we're going to have to count the rotations on this bad boy. So I've got that. I may change over to a silver. As a matter of fact, I think I will. I'll go in and get the silver. But here's all the parts of the kit. You've got the shock itself, which is basically just a hood strut, but a mini version. This piece goes down on the bottom of the tailgate, right there. Then you've got the upper piece that is going to go behind that. I don't know what this is yet. We'll find out. Loctite applied bolt to hold said piece in down here. Once you install this nut, because that's all that is a nutsert. That's all that is a nutsert tool. You're installing this nut right here for this screw. So let me go get the silver marker and we'll get busy. And they also send you a piece of mylar to put down here to keep, you know, stuff from rubbing. Don't know if I'm gonna need it or not. We'll see when we get there. But I've already marked the bolt with the nutsert, as you can see. That way we can count the rotations. So here we go. Can only be installed on driver's side using an M5 Allen wrench and a 10mm wrench. Install the blind nut in the opening by the tailgate pivot point. The nutsert should be tightened at least 9 360-degree turns. Mark one side of the nut and count the number of revolutions to ensure the correct number of turns. After 9 turns, stop and check it. If the blind nut can still be moved or rotates, continue tightening an additional 1 to 2 turns. Then recheck the blind nut. Repeat as needed. Remove the nutsert tool when installation is complete. Warning! Over tightening the nutsert can strip the threads and cause nutsert to be unusable. So 9 turns, and only 9 turns, and check it. Again, I have it marked so that we can count the rounds. What we're going to do is stick it in the hole as they recommend. Make sure it's all the way in. We're going to hold it with the Allen wrench and tighten it with the 13 millimeter. There's one. There's 2. There's 3. I can actually feel it tightening up because it won't rotate now. There's Step 2. Install the bottom ball mount plate by using the bolt through the hole into the plate into the nutsert. Tighten with M4 Allen, torque to 8 foot-pounds. Now 8 foot-pounds is basically just over snug. I don't have a torque wrench handy, so we're just going to go snug and then just give it an extra little if that makes sense. Ball plate, bolt. Now all you're going to do is this cutout part goes over the pivot point. Oh man, that hole lines up exactly. I mean exactly, guys. And then we're just going to put that in there and tighten it down. And as I'm noticing as I do this, this is actually looking like it was supposed to be on the truck to start with. It's like they said, we'll leave it off this model. And this is not the base model truck. This is the next to the top. This is the SLE model. Not that I'm bragging or anything, it's just what they had when I went looking for a truck that I found for a price that I wanted. I'm not bragging about it, I'm just saying. That's what this is. It's a SLE. I actually have a Milwaukee power impact that I was going to use, but like I say in most of my videos, I always try to do this just like you would do it at home. And most of you will probably have hand Allen wrenches where you're not having ratcheting, but I can't find mine right now. They're somewhere down there in the building. I haven't used them in a while. I think I know where they are, but I didn't feel like digging them out, so I just grabbed the ratcheting one. But it's still a 4mm Allen wrench. But how you going to go snug? Like I said, there's snug. Now we're going to put just a little bit of a extra oomph on it, and that's all it's going to get. Alrighty, step 3. We have to remove the tailgate cable and use a 13mm socket to remove the cable bolt, which is that bad boy right there. Now it says to take the cable off, which you can if you want, but you don't have to. I'll show you why. This piece is literally going to install behind that washer, so you don't have to, but if it makes life easier for you, by all means go ahead and do it. I'll go ahead and do it just in case you would at home. So, but you don't have to. To get it off is real simple, but it takes 2 hands because you have to lift up on the tailgate. You pull out on this little spring retainer, slide it up because it's enlarged on the end and it goes right over that bolt. And then you gently let your tailgate down, and you take the 13mm and take this bad boy off. It's not that tight, as you can see. That was probably 8 pounds, 8 foot-pounds. Step 4. Use the bolt removed in the previous step. Attach the ball mount plate using a 13mm wrench or socket. Hold the plate in place vertically when tightening, as it will rotate if not held. Then step 5 is reattach the cable, as you can see right there. Couldn't be simpler, guys. Could not be simpler. Yeah, just going to go through. Right there is about vertical, and then we're just going to tighten this bad boy down. Now I got it snug, make sure it's straight up and down, which it is. I'm going to hold it in place and give it that extra little oomph I was talking about. That's it right there. Now we just put this back on. Couldn't be simpler than that. Step 6. They are showing a mylar sheet has been provided to help prevent components from rubbing against the truck bed and tailgate in the event that any part becomes loose. Using scissors, cut the mylar to the size needed. Apply the mylar to the truck bed and tailgate, where tailgate assist components will be close proximity during opening and closing. The red lines show the areas mylar has been installed. So down here, the first picture is right on this edge, right here, and the second one is on the tailgate right in here, right in this area. And I need to get some cleaner and clean this before I do it. So here's the mylar sheet that they generously provided. Thank you very much. And since they provided it, I am indeed going to use it. Trying to determine how wide it needs to be. Yeah, we're going to put it on there. Now, it's up to you what you want to use. You can use detail spray, soap and water. I don't care. I'm just using rubbing alcohol right now for the quickness of the drying, the aeration, and I know that it will pull off any and all oil. That's just the nature of rubbing alcohol. That's just what I chose to use on this one, to get this nice and clean for that mylar to stick. It's no big deal. There's already a piece of paint right there missing. But with that being stated, you know, we do what we do. Sometimes no rhyme or reason, but we do it anyway. I gotta get back here and detail this bed real good one day. I've only gotten to wash it once since I got it. But that will take care of any and all dirt, any and all grease, any and all oil. Now, how big of a piece do I need? Let's just cut this bad boy roughly in half, which is right about there. Put that piece where it doesn't blow away. Let's see if we can get this separated. There we go. If you don't know what mylar is, all it is a sticky clear film to help protect stuff. Kind of like a clear bra. Alright, got that piece there. And got that piece there. Now here comes the hard part. Just kidding. Installing this bad boy. Step number 7. Install the larger ball of the shock on the top ball mount. Install the narrow end of the shock on the bottom ball mount, or plate mount, sorry. Now they don't give you any really good instruction on how to do that, because as you can see, it's not extended. So I recommend turning one in and one out like that, and then you can lift the tailgate ever so slightly to get it on. Or you can try to fight it and pull it out. However you want to do it. But it just pushes on. And that is all there is to that. Well, there you go, guys. Wow, what an easy install. I mean, look at that bad boy just sitting there. That will make my life so much better. Like I said, whenever you go to the grocery store or the home improvement store, your hands seem to always be full, and you go to open the tailgate and it just drops right out of your hands. Whether it's because you don't have a good grab of the handle, because it's so heavy. You know, these things are not light. But as far as time, you can expect 10-minute install. That is right, 10 minutes is all it's going to take. Just a couple bolts, you know, taking one bolt out, reinstalling that bolt, adding a new bolt and putting on the strut. That's it. It literally takes more time to get the tools together than it does to install this. Now, do I recommend it? Absolutely. I mean, it's one, I see it as being a changer as far as this tailgate, because like I said, your hands get full and it's just so heavy, so cumbersome. But it's just one of those things. Like I said, you know, you get these new trucks with all the amenities. They have the power lift tailgates, the 7-section tailgate, you know, all these things that will break and will cost a fortune to fix. And you know, us guys with these older trucks, this, well, you know, this one isn't that old, but with the older trucks, I mean, you could put this on the OBS truck, or you could put these, something like this on the 63. You know, just there's so many different things you could do with it. But we can add those newer amenities to our cars because of the manufacturers, the aftermarkets. So get out there and get you one of these guys. Again, this one is made by Dee Zee. There's a couple of companies that do it. I looked online. This had the most positive reviews and was the most recommended. But there's their website. There's the name of it. And there is the one for the GMC and Chevy. Whew. Now, I'm going to go and drink me some soda and eat some ice cream. With that being stated, get out there and enjoy your cars. You pay for them, you enjoy them, no matter what kind they are. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.